people of the interwebs. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special guest. This is Dad Beauty, everybody.
Dad Beauty.
Dad Beauty.
Mm.
He also
Could be the next Sephora.
The next Sephora. He also has RP, aka Retinitis Pigmentosa. And we're going to talk about his experience today.
Hello, Caitlin Beauty fans. On today's episode, I am the guest, Dad Beauty, and we're going to be talking about retinitis pigmentosa.
And what it is.
An inherited eye condition that your host, Caitlin, has been diagnosed with since she was yay high.
We're going to talk about your experience with it.
My experience with RP. I was diagnosed when I was probably 6 or 7. Being diagnosed back in the 80s, the 1980s that is, was like getting a diagnosis that you have cancer. It was like mind-boggling and earth-shattering at the same time. Especially when you're that young of 6 or 7, and you don't know what it's all about, and you just kind of notice that you can't see in the dark, and you don't see well, and then as you grow up, you become more familiar with your surroundings and what you need to do to get through. And then eventually, going back and forth to the doctors, going to Johns Hopkins, in Baltimore when I was a kid, to find out that, I definitely had RP. Now, seeing my eye doctor here locally, I felt different. It made me feel different. It made me feel like I was the odd one. It made me feel uncomfortable about talking about it, especially, in my teen years, because I didn't want to be judged.
Mm-hmm.
And with learning about the condition throughout the years, and through my adolescent years, and learning what I could do to help slow the progression, I certainly tried to do those things, mainly with diets and vitamin A. That was a start. And then as I got older and, really buckled down and really studied the condition and, all the new research that is out today compared to back when, a lot of strides have been made to, combat the eye condition. So with growing up and being told I would never, I would be blind by the time I was 15, that, by an eye doctor, that was devastating. Like I said, that was like getting it was almost like hearing a cancer diagnosis. It sounded terminal for me until I got over that hurdle and proved them wrong. Because I literally took the the information and I ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did my own research. And, with diets and exercise and a lot of it has to do with diet. Lots of leafy greens, fruits and veggies, go a long way to help, slow the progression.
It helps it, but it's not a cure. Basically.
It's not a cure. No, it's not a cure, but it certainly helps it. I mean, they're doing now stem cell research and all kinds of neat things that they're researching today for the condition. I don't want to say disease because I think disease has a negative connotation to it.
Yeah.
So, but my overall experience with having RP is, I felt like I was the odd one out. I was, it made me feel different. It made me, and back when I was younger, that confidence muscle wasn't in, it wasn't fully matured.
Mm-hmm.
So by talking about it now, it is what it is, and I've managed it quite well. Would I like to see at night? Absolutely. But it does take your night vision away, and then they say eventually you're supposed to get tunnel vision, but I'm not there, which is good because I don't want to be there.
How much vision do you have? Where's your vision at now?
I have a mild case of RP. A couple years ago, well, with RP, you're, susceptible to cataracts. So a few years ago, I had one of my eyes, the worst one. I had a lens replaced, and then a couple of years later, I had the other eye's lens replaced as well. So that really cleared up my vision. I really don't need glasses unless it's really tiny print. My distance vision has improved. And, I was told that I have a very mild case of RP. So I think the mild comes from, striving to do good with diet and exercise and taking care of, myself, which I try to instill in the younger generation.
I love you're looking at me. You're like.
So it has its ups and downs, like everything else. But you have to be strong enough and do your own research to help you, over those hurdles. I don't think they did a visual fields on me when I did the cataract thing.
You remember...
My central vision is good. Like I said, distance-wise improved because they removed the cataracts.
Mm-hmm.
Side vision is about the same. I do have a hard time, going from a nice sunny day outside and then going into a dark room. It does take my eyes a little bit longer to adjust. That's a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
can you see anything past your chin?
Yeah, I can see my dad bod.
Your dad bod?
I can see my knees, my toes. like I said, the only issue that I've come across, as I'm thinking about it, is a bright sunny day. Then being outside on a bright sunny day, then going in to a dark area, an unfamiliar dark area, that I have trouble. My dad, like I said, your grandfather, had it. That's where I inherited it. Then I passed it down to you. Luckily, luckily your sister Emily does not have it. And my sister has it, my youngest sister, and her daughter has it, a severe case of it. And Brandon doesn't have it, so that's a good thing. So yeah, it's kind of skipped around.
I will say I have been using my cane a lot more. My vision did get worse, sadly.
And my vision has been pretty stable for a number of years. And again, I attribute that to, diet and exercise and, trying to take care of myself.
Mine didn't really change a whole lot. It just a little bit, because over like the course of 6 years it was. Like, it got a little bit worse, but it's not like I only have a little bit more peripheral vision left, and that's it. Which sucks, but I feel like I'm starting to be more comfortable with using the cane and having the cane on me. Literally just for ID purposes. And if I need to, I'll use it. But ID purpose-wise, the cane's nice to have just in case you bump into somebody.
That you get accustomed to doing a lot of scanning.
Well, yeah.
Other than that, I don't have many issues unless it's like really dark or something, and I don't know the area and it's really dark, and then yeah, obviously I'll have trouble. But other than that,
how do you do with dim restaurants? If you go out or something.
Well, I kind of look at their menu ahead of time, and kind of have something in my head of what I want to order. But once my eyes adjust, to the low light, then I'm usually okay, unless it's really dark. But I haven't really been in a restaurant that's totally like dark.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and trying to, not for me as much as for you, but trying to explain, the condition to someone that's unaware of, what being visually impaired is about, has its, pros and cons. But like I said, as I get older, that filter becomes more non-existent, and yeah.
You
especially
learn how
with,
to ask if
especially
you need
with the
something.
rude people.
Yep. Sorry.
So even in the dating world, it's like, you're trying to connect with someone, and before it was like, oh my goodness, now I need to explain to them, I have an eye condition, they're not gonna like me, and they're not gonna stick around, and then, like I said, as I got older, and that filter has been
non-existent.
Non-existent. It's and being confident in myself that it is what it is. It's part of me, if they don't accept it, then they're not meant to be in my life. So
I relate to that because I have to, for the most part, I have to rely on Dylan for like transportation because we live in the boonies.
yeah, I don't know if how I would. I mean, I would get accustomed to that and probably have to move somewhere where there's public transportation.
Yep.
But as long as I can rely on myself, then I'll be okay.
I think public transportation is a big thing that's lacking here. Because
Yeah.
I think I need to eventually move somewhere that has that because I'm like, people who are watching and you're also visually impaired or have RP and can't drive, you know where I'm coming from. It's it sucks. It really does. But it's like we can get around it to an extent. Like I am currently trying to find something work from home based for work cuz it's like how are you going to work if you can't get there? That type of situation and it's like you have people telling you, "Oh, you need to get a job. You need to do this." And I'm like, "Are you going to take me?"
But I can't imagine being your age and vibrant and, I mean, I was there. Because certainly I was your age. I was there and thinking, you know, how is this going to really impact the quality of my life going forward?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, helped fuel the fire of trying to, learn as much as I can and, doing the recommendations of vitamin A and, veggies and lots of green salads and, taking care of yourself. So, but other than that, if your viewers, you can certainly reach out and chat more about RP. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's part of you. It's what makes you unique.
Mm-hmm. Where can people find you, Dad?
Where
On
can
social
people find
media.
me?
On social media.
Social media. Um, you can put the
I'll put your links down.
you can put my links in the comments, and if somebody wants to reach out, they can certainly feel free to reach out.
Even to me.
Yeah, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be. You just gotta dig your heels in, learn a lots about it, and do what you need to do to get yourself to a point where you're confident in yourself. That's where it begins. You gotta look in the mirror and say, "Good morning, you good-looking thing," because that's where it starts. You've got to look yourself in the mirror and each morning say that, even though you may have a visual impairment, it doesn't define you. It just makes you that more unique.